Coach Kenneth Reimer. Must be his daughter. Coach Kenneth Reimer, Constantine High School, 36 years, all as an assistant coach. Coach Reimer has been part of 12 conference championships, 5 undefeated regular seasons, and had coached in 21 state playoff seasons with 18 in a row from 1999 through 2016. Won 12 district championships and 7 regionals. 4 years state runner-up, and in 2004 won the Division VI state championship. He's the only Constantine coach to coach all 21 playoff teams. For 27 years, he has been a varsity offensive, defensive line coach and defensive coordinator with an overall winning percentage of 78.9 and a conference winning percentage of 81.5. Has coached 26 consecutive seasons of 6 or more wins from 1991 through 2016. An MHSFCA East-West All-Star Game West coach and a 2-time MHSFCA Assistant Coach of the Year. And yes, in 2013, he was inducted into the Constantine Athletic Hall of Fame. He will be coaching again this fall at Constantine. What coaching has meant to and why Coach Reimer coaches. I coach because I love being around the kids and teaching them the game of football. I coach for the love of the game. Coach Reimer's biggest thrill in coaching. 2002, my son Kyle was a senior and a captain of the team. We lost our second game and then went on to win 11 in a row, beating the #1 team to win the regional. We played for the state championship. My daughter Sarah was the drum major and led the Constantine band at halftime. Both my children were on the field at the same time for the state championship. It was great fun. Coach Reimer's most humorous incident in coaching. We made the playoffs for the first time and we were practicing in freezing weather. We could only practice 10 to 15 minutes at a time before we would go back inside to warm up. We were practicing for extra points and field goals, and our kicker sent a line drive into the gluteus maximus of our offensive guard. The ball went 20 feet straight in the air. The team laughed and laughed, and practice was over. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Kenneth Reimer.
Thank Jack and the committee for this great honor and humbling in front of you all. It's easier to stand on the sideline with my back to 4,000 people than it is to stand in front of you guys right here. Okay, the St. Joe Valley, where we're from, we have a ton of Hall of Fame coaches. We had 4 on the 4th from Constantine, we had 2 from White Pigeon, 3 from Mendon, 2 from Three Rivers, and 1 from Sturgis. Great football played in St. Joe Valley. First, 4 people I'd like to thank are with us, my mom and my dad. Needless to say, how they raised me. My Uncle Jim taught me that you have to be a gracious loser before you can be a winner. Forget the losing, get better. I'd like to thank my high school football coach, Robert McCullough, who instilled discipline on me. I'm there today. I'd like to have all my Constantine family stand up. My whole Constantine family. And I have 3 special, Jan, my wife, Kyle, and Sarah. You guys stand up. Jan and I have been married 46 years, 36 of them. I've been a football coach. I think why we've had that longevity. Go from August to Thanksgiving and really don't see each other. I'd like to thank Kyle and Sarah who put this nomination for me. To Jack, Kyle did a whole lot of work setting up letters that I've gotten from all my former players. Set up a wonderful ad in the paper. Sarah for spending special time with Jack with the nomination form. As we said, Kyle was a captain. He was all league, all area, and all state his senior year. Sarah, who never dated anybody at Constantine High School and could never figure out why, played 4 years of basketball and 4 years of track. Then I'd like to go into my personal family. My brother, Dan, Aline, just put your hands up. Dan played 3 years at Cody High School in Detroit. Aline went to Farmington Harrison High School. They have come to many Constantine games the last 3 or 4 years of my dad's life. Dan brought my dad to the games. Okay, then I have Carol and Bob Duman, my cousin Carol. They're great fans. They live in Whitmore Lake. Drove all the way to Marquette to watch us play in Marquette 1 year. Then I have Carol and Bob's daughter-in-law and son, Bobby Jen Duman. They've won tickets to our press box game to sit in the press box 2 years in a row. Then I have Jan's family, my mother-in-law, Alice Turbett, my brother-in-law, Roy and Pat Turbett. Raise your hands. Thank you. Steve and Marlis Ford. Steve was, put your hands up. Steve was a middle school basketball coach for many years in Adrian. Their son Nick and Nick's wife Molly. Nick's current baseball coach in Britain Deerfield. And then I have some community members that are very important. Tim and Deb Morey. So raise your hands. Thank you. Deb was in charge of our mothers and fathers for our pregame meals on game night. He has a great job for about 6 years you've been doing that. Then we have Tim, who got up every Saturday when we played on Saturdays and cooked breakfast for the kids. And his favorite song was Mothers, Don't Let Your Sons Grow Up to Be Centers. Both of his sons are here and they were both centers. Ken and Roseanne. Ken's been on our sideline doing the flag work for many years. Done many games. Their son played for us too, and he was a center. Then we have our current coaching staff. Would you guys just stand up and wave? Okay, Coach Griff is our head coach right now. He's coached 25 years. We've coached 25 years together. Our first head coach was Tim Baker. Are you in here, Tim? I could stand up here and tell you stories for hours about Tim Baker. Tim and I started the program. We coached 14 years together. Great stories. His 2 sons and my son were managers, all together. Kyle and his first son are 56 hours apart. It was great having them as managers because we always knew where they were. Didn't know what they were doing all the time, but we knew that they were there. They were really great, a lot of fun. Then Coach Griff, his wife Trish. Talk about family affairs. Okay, Bates is coaching 3 kids. I'm coaching 2 kids. Griff is coaching 4 kids. McGee, 3 kids. Tully, 2 kids. Waldrop was coaching 1 kid. Jerry and Mikhail don't have kids yet, so you have a chance still. Okay, Dave McGee is our head JV coach. Tom and Jane Moe. Tom is our get back coach. Jerry Burgess, who's a former player, is our DB coach, JV DB coach. Mike Tully, would you stand up, Mike, please? Mike is a former player. I coached him my first 2 years of coaching. Mike was also assistant coach of the year this year, so give him a big hand. And I have Kathy and Mike Messner. You guys, Kathy is school secretary. Mike was our AD for 25 years. You would never find another AD than Mike Messner. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kathy. I'd like to give a little bit of recognition. It's pretty cool. 4 coaches. Jeff Keller I did All-Stars with in 04. And we have Jack DiArmo, Coach Peters, Coach Tobin, or Kyle Tobin will come up here a little bit later. Very special. We had many battles against those coaches. For us to ever get into a state championship, we had to go through the St. Mary's. Jack Jarmo was a great coach, what a great rival. Coach Peters, Olivet, we joined the KDA, and even before the KDA, for us to get into playoffs, for us to win the Kalamazoo Valley Association, we had to get through Coach Peters. Great rivalry, great guys. Last thing I'm going to say is I'll tell you a little story. I played football at Cody High School in Detroit. We only had 3 years in high school in Detroit. I played for Robert McCullough. He kept calling me Reamer. He did drills, my name, and he'd call me Reamer. And I go, when I got up enough nerve to tell a head coach, Coach, my name is Reimer. Never said a word to me. Never blinked, never said a word. This went on. I finally went home to my dad. I said, Dad, Coach McCullough keeps calling me Reamer. I've told him 3 or 4 times my name is Reimer. Learned about the power of coaching that day, because my dad looked me right in the eye and said, what do you want me to do about it, Reamer? Power of coaching. I love coaching, the greatest game in the world. And to me, if you haven't noticed, the greatest thing all around is all these coaches here, all these coaches here, and all the coaches in here. We all have the first name, the same, Coach. Thank you.